Hi everyone, it's Andrew here with another Stitch Weekly update. I hope you've had a great week. If you haven't, thoughts go out to you. I know a lot of people are finding things really challenging at the moment. Me too. But we hope you're staying connected and staying safe. Today's a very special one because it's happening on the 4th of July. So I know that a lot of people aren't able to celebrate the 4th of July this year the way they normally would like to. But of course, it's still an important mark to celebrate, and our thoughts go out to all American Stitch members on a special day. Hope you have a good one. All right, got a bunch of things to share with you about what got changed this week, updates this week, and a couple of questions for you at the end. So stay tuned for that, but let's get into it, shall we? So the first thing that I just wanted to highlight, and you'll see this in the newsletter this week, is we've made a change to how we present public members badges on Stitch. It's a small one. You'll see that they're now shown with a limited badge. You can see that the darker green badge is for people who've been verified, the lighter green are for people who haven't yet been verified. And the reason we've done this, the public members are still very much part of the Stitch community. We have public events for people who maybe aren't ready to support the community financially yet. We're just highlighting with the badge change that there's some limits to what our public members get to access. They get to come along to all public events and activities, join public discussions and join public groups. But there's a lot of things obviously that happen for members only on Stitch, and we are a member-driven community. So we're just highlighting for those members who are supporting the community that there are some limits to what the public members get out of it. Now, of course, you can be a public member as long as you want, but it's fantastic when you do join, and I encourage all full members to reach out to the public members in your area. One thing you might have noticed, you get an email about new members in your area, and you're able to click on any of these profiles and send them a message. If they're verified, they can answer you back. If not, it gives them a prompt to get verified. And one tiny small change we made this week is just adding the name of the person you're sending a message to, because a lot of our champions reach out and send a similar message, a welcome message to members in the area, and have to type in the name every time. And that's hopefully going to make things a little bit easier for you. So if you see new members, send them a message, welcome to the community. We find that people who've got a connection pretty soon after joining are much more likely to become a full member of Stitch and support the community to help it keep on going. So the next thing that happened, you've probably noticed that there have been some changes to, if you get involved in the discussion forums, we've rolled out some new moderation features. And if you are interested in learning more, I've done a tutorial video, which you can find on our YouTube page. But just to highlight what it is, we've now got these upvote and downvote features in the forums. If you participate in the forums a lot, I recommend going and watching the video. Essentially, our upvoting and downvoting is how we provide feedback to people that the behavior that they're showing might not be in line with what we want to encourage inside the community. So you can downvote comments that are only for specific reasons about what you've found this comment to not be kind of that welcome, or you can upvote them for similar reasons. It's not about popularity contest, it's not about agreement or anything like that, it's about encouraging the right sort of behavior. So if you're interested in the forums, check out the video, and I'll provide a link down below. In fact, while I'm on it, we do have a YouTube channel, and if you're interested in learning about anything to do with Stitch, you can check out the channel. All of these videos are there, and you'll find the latest updates and uploads, general videos and tutorials about how to use Stitch. We published one this week about how to create a quick Stitch event of your own, how to run one through Zoom, all our weekly updates, testimonials from members, and so on. So please check it out and give us your feedback. While I'm on the topic of discussions, you'll have noticed that every week you get a notification from the system about what's happening in the discussion forums, because we're finding that a lot of people are finding that's a good outlet for them while they're kind of in lockdown. And one of the changes that happened this week is we're highlighting not just the new discussions, but the fact that we've got discussions that might be for groups that you're in. You can have discussions for your local area, global discussions, all that sort of thing. And you'll start to see that some of these discussions are actually more for particular groups on Stitch. And if you see something that's interesting, it's a pathway into kind of joining that group, getting engaged, and so on. This one at the top here is from Annie, and it's a group. We're going to be showing the group in the future, but this is a group for poets and writers. and great discussion happening there. So I encourage you to every week you can just check these out. Obviously, you can go to Stitch and check it out. You also probably noticed that we've started providing a bunch of extra information at the bottom of our emails that go out from the Stitch system to kind of remind you about things that you might not be aware of. And one of the things that changed this week is we are now accepting donations from our members who are interested in providing support to help the community go. We're going to be running some donation campaigns and fundraisers in the coming months to help us out of our kind of financial challenges from a community perspective. But if you are interested in donating and want to learn more, please check out the link there. It gives you a bit of background about the community, the charity that's behind it, what we're trying to achieve, and you can reach out to us for more information. Each email has a different footer, so that because there's so many things to cover. One thing that we get asked a lot about is, do you have a Facebook page? So yeah, check out a lot of the emails now have a link to the Facebook page. And you can just click the link, it'll take you to our page on Facebook. Now, of course, most engagement that happens on Stitch happens inside Stitch itself, but there are some things that it's useful for, people who haven't joined Stitch, post questions. We have some photos of events. If you've got events that you'd like to share, we put that on the Facebook page, new videos, stories, and so on. So check that out and check out just as you've checked out the YouTube video as well. One of the things that we're really hoping people do a lot more of, and in one of the footers you'll get a prompt for this, is leave a review of Stitch. And so we've actually created an article on Stitch support. So if you just go to Stitch support, it'll give you a bit of a background about how to leave a review, either on Google, on Apple, or on some other websites as well. And if you care about Stitch, please go and write as many reviews as you can. We find that we only seem to get reviews from either people who've never signed up to Stitch or people who signed up and never bothered to get verified. And so it creates a very skewed sense of the community. We really need to get the word out there. So if you are a passionate Stitch member, or even you just believe in the mission, please go and write a review. Even if you don't use the app very much, you can still leave a review. You can write a review on any of the pages that we link to there. And you actually can do it every time we release a new version. You can update your review as you go. Only be honest. We're only asking for honest reviews, but it really helps, because people who don't know much about Stitch judge us by what they see on the App Store. We got a 1-star review this week from someone who clearly had not even bothered to read anything about Stitch after signing up. And that was really disappointing. Well, I mean, I'm reaching out to them, but it'd be great for you to put another point of view about the community. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to, it's a request for you, and the request concerns this: parents and children. We have a bunch of people who join Stitch driven by, or they get told about Stitch from their kids, or their kids get involved in their story somehow. In fact, in some cases, we've had people who've both a mother and a daughter are both members of the community. If you're one of those people who've either been encouraged to join Stitch because of one of your kids, or you've encouraged one of your parents or anything like that, and you'd be willing to be interviewed for a story, please let us know. If your kid, if one of your children is in your life in the sense that they're also involved, or they're aware of what's happening on Stitch and they've been encouraging for you, we would like to raise awareness of this so that we can get more family members to know that that Stitch is something that they can get involved in. So we've been approached by a journalist in Australia who would like to run a story about this. So if that's you, please reach out to us and let us know. And that's it. That's it for me this week. If you're on the forums, please check out our YouTube tutorials. I'll be announcing that later this week. And stay tuned for more tutorials coming up this week. It's going to be a very busy week for me. And stay safe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.